COIN, Community-Oriented Integration Network, is a network of friends, people of experience, who explore how to develop local communities for health, compassionate communities. It certainly is the most important thing to apply the principles to your particular situation, rather than coming as an expert that knows everything about all the theory. Having said that, some of those principles are things like cycles of learning and change, teams for multidisciplinary teams for change, working with energy and stimulate energy in one place to another. You might like to see a video that I will put in the link you can see below that shows what we did in an area of Southall. I've also done things across 3 or 4 health authority areas throughout a whole city, but the basic principles are all the same. Now, you may want to just go ahead and do it, and good luck if you do. You may need or prefer to know something about the library of knowledge that's available to help you, partly to steady your own nerves and partly to impress others that you really know what you're talking about. We're talking here about the idea that groups can learn, learning organisations, organisational learning. So, for example, books like this, Ken Starkey interviews a load of people like Argus and Sean about organisational learning. You might like to read books about a reflective practitioner. There's Donald Sean's Educating the Reflective Practitioner and Peter Sengi's The Fifth Discipline. These are all very valuable resources. When I started doing this 40 years ago, I went on the adult education course. As I got going, I found that I could make up things myself as I understood the principles, and also found other resources and people to share ideas with. I've written a couple of books about this, integrating primary health care, mainly about my work in Liverpool. This includes, for example, a whole summary of some of the large group interventions. You might like to read a book like this, Barbara Benedict Bunker and Billy Alban, Engaging Whole System for Rapid Change, Large Group Interventions. I've written another book called Collaborating for Health, in which I emphasise the idea that how you look at the world alters what you see. If you look for an engineering stuff, let's say like the roads, that's what you'll see. If you look for organic, evolving things like people's interactions, you will see that, and you need different lenses to be able to work in this kind of territory. A lot of this comes down to a theory put forward by Paulo Freire. He was a philosopher and educationalist in Recife, Brazil. He's a wonderful thinker, although I must say I think this translation of his from the Portuguese into the English, I would prefer to see a little bit more everyday language. Like this. This is Hope and Timmel's work in Africa, Kenya, Zimbabwe, about applying these principles in action. And essentially it comes down to the image on the front. You see people sitting under a tree talking about their lives, sharing their experiences and moving things forward together. It's helpful to be able to explain this theory to yourself and to others through authenticated courses. Partly because people won't believe that dancing around making things look fun and happy actually causes change. People think that change is a very serious business, and it can be, of course. Partly to spread the word that other people can learn to do it as well. If you're just imagined to be the one who can produce the magic and everything happens around you, it's pretty useless because nobody can take your place. So getting to know something about the theory and getting it taught in university accredited courses is a pretty good part. Anyway, good luck, there's plenty more to learn.